Hi, families. Welcome to our Blackwell Curriculum Night. Thank you to all the families that were able to come on Wednesday evening to view our Blackwell Curriculum Night together. I wanted to re-record myself throughout this Google presentation so that you all have this at home. If you have any questions, you can always refer back to this video, back to these slides, so that we are best prepared for kindergarten to start on the 31st. My name is Erin Abel. I will be going by Mrs. Abel for this school year. We're going to start by watching a video that is from Dr. Sagan, our Blackwell principal, as well as Mrs. Fry, our vice principal.
Hi, good evening, Blackwell parents. We are very thankful that you could join us for our virtual curriculum night. Hopefully at the end of this, you'll have a little bit more information about what the building will do to kick off the year, as well as your classroom teachers. I wanted to start off by introducing myself. I'm Jillian Sagan. I'm the principal here at Blackwell. This is my 5th year here at Blackwell. Previous to coming to Blackwell, I was a special services teacher over at Lincoln Prairie, and then I was the assistant principal and principal. Hi. These are just some pictures of my family. My husband and I live downtown with our 2 golden doodles. They did just come out of the lake. They're not always that curly. And then during quarantine, I've had a little bit extra time, and I decided to pick up golf. My husband is a huge golfer, so that is us getting out there, my husband and my father, really enjoying it. It's a very hard sport, but I'm willing to commit to that, and I've been thankful for the opportunity.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Fry, and I'm the assistant principal here at Blackwell. This will be my 2nd year at Blackwell. Previously, I was a primary teacher at Armstrong Elementary School, and then I moved to Australia for a few years and got to the opportunity there. When I returned, I was an intermediate teacher at Dooley Elementary School before joining Blackwell. A little bit about myself outside of school. My husband and I live in the city with our 2 dogs. We have 2 little Cavaliers. And then the middle picture is our family at Disney World a couple years ago with all of the nephews. So love spending time with them and traveling with them.
And if anyone wants to talk about Disney, she's been there about not 5 times, about 50 times. And so she's the person to talk to if that's something that you'd like to do. Our big thing this year is going to be making sure that we build our connections with our students and with our families. Our theme this year is Bobcats Bring the Greatness, Let's Pass It On. So we're going to be focusing on the unique qualities that we each have that are our strengths, as well as the ones that we want to continue to grow, and then work to see how we can build those up and pass those on to our classmates and our community. One way that we're going to start with those connections is the first 21 days of school. We're going to be pushing out very simple challenges that your family can participate in. And we're going to be posting those on Padlet using either a phrase or a picture, but again, just a nice way to build that connection between the class and across the entire building.
Another way teachers are going to help students build connections is through daily SEL lessons. So the teachers will start the year with 15 days of social emotional learning that are going to have activities to help the kids build those relationships.
Another thing that we're going to do and be on the lookout for a whole building scavenger hunt. So some of your students participated in that in the spring, and we're going to be bringing that back. Again, just a fun way to engage with the building and engage with each other. So information will be coming out around Labor Day with that.
And since we're going to be doing all of these fun activities to connect between students and families and our staff, various videos will come out throughout the start of the school year, so be on the lookout for those videos.
And then we value building a strong culture here, and one that feels like a really tight team. And so we also love our student recognitions. The ways that we've done that in the past are through stencils and Student of the Month. Even though we aren't going to be together, those are things that we would like to continue. So there'll be things that happen here in the building, and we push those recognitions out to your families, so you will know if your child is going to be receiving a stencil each week or Student of the Month award. We are going to continue with our morning announcements. It's a great way to start our day, gives you guys an idea of some of the things that are upcoming and some of the schedule updates that are going to happen for our kids. And we also will be providing information about our virtual clubs, because we are going to continue offering clubs just in a little bit of a different format for this school year. We are going to be pushing out a lot of information to you guys every Friday in years past, and the same for this year. I have a community memo. So that has building information updates, district updates, PTA updates, and information like those virtual clubs will come out in that memo. So So those have already begun. So if you have not received a Friday memo from myself, please make sure to contact our main office to make sure that you're on that mailing list. Again, those are things that you can print out, put on your fridge, and make sure that you have all of the important information for Blackwell in the district.
Another way to keep connecting with Blackwell is through our social media accounts. In addition to teachers and classrooms having their own accounts, Blackwell has theirs as well. So you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter to see all of the cool happenings here at Blackwell.
Our office is officially open. Our secretaries, Ms. Claudio and Ms. Newman, are back in action here in the office. The hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if there's anything that you need or want to run something past them, please feel free to give them a call. Their information, as well as all of the staff information, can be found on the Blackwell website. So we'll have this presentation at a later date to go back and reference, but know that you can always check our Blackwell webpage, and that will give you information that's in my memos, how to contact staff, and any just kind of hot tips about the district of Blackwell.
Also, if you ever need to connect with Dr. Sagan or myself, you can call us on those phone numbers or send us an email. In addition, you can also always call the office and just ask us.
So we are excited for a great year. Again, not how we would typically like to start the year, but we have a lot of our traditions that we have in place in person. We are going to be continuing those virtually. We hope that one day soon we can have our kids back in the building. But until then, always know that you can reach out to us with any questions, any comments, any concerns. We hope that you have a little bit of information about what the start of the school year is going to look like for us here at Blackwell. But now we're going to turn it over to your classroom teacher so you can find out a little bit more about your child's day and a little bit more about your classroom teacher. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Bye.
All right, just like Dr. Sagan and Mrs. Fry introduced themselves, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself as well. These are a few pictures that are all about me. I always say you can find me with a book in one hand and a cup of coffee in the other hand. I am a huge bookworm. I love to read stories. That's something I'm very passionate about, is reading. I truly believe that's important in the kindergarten classroom as well. I truly try to instill the love of reading with all of my students through several very fun and engaging read alouds. We always have library books everywhere around the classroom, and I will definitely do that through virtual learning as well. So reading is one of my favorite things to do, especially throughout our quarantine months. Next up, we have an apple. I am very passionate about teaching. This is my 8th year teaching kindergarten. I taught 6 years in the city of Chicago with kindergarten, and then this is my 2nd year here at Blackwell Elementary teaching kindergarten once again. I always say kindergarten is my happy place. It is such a great age to teach. There's so much learning, so much growing happening here in kindergarten. It's a really magical place to be. Next up, we have a North Central College logo. I graduated from North Central College in Naperville, Illinois, where I studied elementary education, as well as I played basketball there for 3 years. Next up, we have the University of Duke's basketball logo. I am a huge college basketball fan. I love watching it when it's on TV, and Duke is definitely my favorite basketball team. I still enjoy playing the game of basketball with my niece and my nephew, not for any competition anymore, but basketball and all sports are definitely a passion of mine. Next up, we have coffee. I love coffee. I need coffee. Definitely one of my favorite things. My husband and I love to go on long walks with our dog Gracie. And then my newest quarantine obsession is our Peloton. My husband and I splurged back in the beginning of quarantine when all the gyms closed. So I love getting on the Peloton after work, going, doing some exercising, something that keeps me busy and ready for the next day at school. Here is my family. My husband and I just got married in July. We had a small family backyard wedding at my parents' house. We have a little dog named Gracie, who I will talk about a million times. We have a little cat named Snowball. Next up, we have my niece and my nephew. My niece is going into 1st grade. My nephew's going into kindergarten, and I absolutely love them. I try to see them and spend as much time with them as I can. They are 2 of my favorite people. And last but not least, we have my whole family picture in the bottom corner. I have an older sister and an older brother. My family and I are very close. I see them almost every weekend. I love spending time with them. one of my favorite things to do is to go visit my family. We are going to get started with our Blackwell support staff members. I will be sending out a separate link with their Google Slides where you can go click on it outside of this presentation and you can get to know all of these ladies a little bit more. First up, we have Taylor Puglisi. She's our special services teacher. Robin Knoll, our physical therapist. Erin Campbell is an occupational therapist. Robin Polanco is our social worker. Becky Evans and Vicki Michaels are our speech therapists. We see them very frequently throughout kindergarten. They love to get to know all of the kinders, and they are definitely a huge help for all of our kindergartners as well as their families. So please click on the link that I will send out in the email if you would like to get to know these ladies a little bit more and have all of their information there as well. Next up, we have some more Blackwell support staff members. We have Marissa Hopkins, our literacy coach. Carrie Campbell is our interventionist. Crystal Flores and Bianca Whalen are our EL support. These 4 ladies you will see the most throughout our virtual learning. These 4 staff members support us for guided reading, guided math, and literacy Excel, which I will talk about in a couple of minutes when we look at our daily schedule. There will be times that these staff members will be in a Zoom call with your child if they support them for math or literacy. So you will see them a lot. Your child will definitely get to know them. They will be talking about them. These ladies are incredible. So please check out their Google Slides link when I send it out to you so you can get to know them as well. They'll have their contact information if you ever want to reach out to them with any questions as well. Next up, we have our wonderful special staff. Our art teacher is Melissa Gluskin. Our library teachers are Karen Busick and Kathy Moore. Our music teacher is Allison Hewell. Our PE teacher is Matthew Navis, and our sign language teacher is Christina Dalton. These are the 5 specials that we offer here at Blackwell. Please, please, please click on this special slides link when I send it to you in the email. Their Google Slides have all of their information about them so you can get to know them a little bit more. And they also outline their expectations for specials this year. They will have some special Zooms that you will be attending as well as where you can find their activities. So please, please, please make sure you click on this special slide so you can have all the information about specials this year. And it will also have their contact information. If you have any questions regarding specials, I always say it is best to reach out to them. They will be able to provide you the answer more so than I am. So make sure you check out their Google Slides. Now to talk about our virtual school day. Here is a picture of our virtual classroom. You will see it on Instagram with all of my important announcements. You will see it in our seesaws. I tried to make it as similar as the classroom that I'm sitting in here in Blackwell. So we will quickly go over an outline of the day. Our instructional day is 5 hours. And I will be live teaching for 2.5 hours. That live teaching will happen in different small group instruction. We will be pulling groups for literacy, math, and as well as acceleration blocks. I will explain acceleration in just a minute when we go over our schedule so we can have a better idea of what that is going to look like. Every morning, we will have a morning meeting where that will be in a class Zoom, as well as that SEL focus. As Dr. Sagan was mentioning, that social emotional focus will happen every morning during our morning meeting as well. So our day is going to have several different Zoom meetings, as well as seesaw activities, so we have a balance of both types of instruction. Here is our class schedule for the year. When you come for material pickup on Tuesday, you will have a copy of this in your child's bag. It will be nice and laminated. You can tape it up in their workspace as a reminder of what is going to be happening every day. I first just want to start off by saying this schedule can be very overwhelming at first. I promise it's very balanced and it will flow very naturally as the school year progresses. When we do return back to Blackwell, this will be our schedule in person as well, so it will be very easy for the students to follow. Every morning at 8:40 to 9 a.m. is our morning meeting and social emotional time. This will be a Zoom meeting, and this is when attendance will be taken. It's very important that your child shows up for our morning meeting. They will also have the schedule for the day. They will know what's expected of them for the day, a welcome song, social emotional, definitely one of my favorite times of the day. So please make sure every day they're logging into Zoom at 8:40 in the morning. From 9 to 9:15 is a shared reading activity that will be in the Seesaw app. I will explain Seesaw in just a couple minutes. From 9:15 to 10 a.m. is when we will have our guided reading. This will be a small group Zoom time. They will know if they will be meeting in a small group Zoom time when they show up to our morning meeting. That's why it's very important that they are there. Your child will either be with me or one of our support staffs in a small group Zoom, or they will be completing an independent reading activity on their own. I will not be meeting with every child every day during this time, but I promise I will be meeting with them throughout the week. From 10 to 10:30 is our writing time. That will be a Seesaw activity. From 10:30 to 10:45 is our morning break. When we are here at Blackwell, we use this time for snack and a little bit of exploration time, but feel free to use that break at home, whatever you feel is best for you and your child. From 10:45 to 11:15 is our shared math, which is a Seesaw activity. 11:15 to 11:45 is science and social studies. That will be a Seesaw activity. And then on Fridays, we will be using this time for a whole kindergarten Zoom, which I'm very excited about. It will have both of the other kindergarten teachers as well as their class. We're going to use this for virtual field trips, some dance parties, definitely a really fun and exciting time. For science and social studies as well as writing, throughout the week we have 2 lessons. However, we will also have choice boards where your child can choose an activity that they would like to complete on their own. From 11:45 to 12:30 is our lunch. On Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 12:30 to 1 is a guided math small group Zoom. It's just like guided reading. I will be pulling a small group for math only. Your child will either be meeting with me one of those days. If they're not meeting with me that day, then they will be doing a math activity on their own. However, on Tuesday at 12:30, they have music with Mrs. Huell, and Friday they will be having sign language with Mrs. Dalton. Make sure they are on time, ready for their Zoom, ready to complete their activity. At 1 o'clock, we have math acceleration, which is another Zoom. What we do for these acceleration blocks, same with literacy, is we take all of the kindergarten students, so my class, Miss Seifert's class, as well as Miss Hamilton's class, and we divide the students based on what they need from us in order to help them grow in math and literacy. They will be placed in small groups. They might be meeting with me. They might have Miss Hamilton. They might have Miss Seifert, or they might have one of the other Blackwell support staff members. They will be in a small group with them or doing an assigned activity. From 1:30 to 2 o'clock is literacy acceleration. Same thing. It's a whole kindergarten group. We divide all of the students up between our teachers and support staffs. It will either be a small group Zoom meeting or an assigned activity. On Monday from 2 to 3 o'clock, we have library time with Mrs. B. Tuesday from 2 to 3, we have art class with Miss Gluskin. On Wednesday, we do know that the school day ends at 2:30, so there are no specials. We will be in a guided math small group Zoom from 2 to 2:30. On Thursday, we'll have music at 2 o'clock and then PE at 2:30 with Mr. Navis. On Friday, we will have a little bit of small group as well for guided math. And then from 2:30 to 3, we will go to PE with Mr. Navis. I do apologize for this schedule. It is a little bit overwhelming, but I promise it will flow very naturally. It's very balanced, and you will become more and more comfortable with it as the days go on. You will receive a copy of this in your materials pickup as well. Next up, we have the 3 apps that we will be using the most in kindergarten. We have our Zoom app, where we will have morning meetings as well as small group instruction. Seesaw, which is where all of your daily activities will be posted for my class as well as your specials. And then next up, we have the Padlet. This is a digital wall where we will create one for all of kindergarten, where all of the families, teachers, and students can connect with each other. This is where we will be posting that 21-day challenge that Dr. Sagan mentioned in the beginning. where you can show off your challenges, what you're doing at home, your schoolwork, just a great way for all of our families, teachers, and students to connect. This is a quick Seesaw video that you can watch at home. You can just click on the big Seesaw video in the middle. I am sending this to you to get a quick preview of what Seesaw looks like in kindergarten, just so you can look around the app. I promise I learned to use Seesaw last fall for the first time, and I was able to catch on pretty quickly. It is a very user-friendly app, and definitely the kindergarten students pick up and use this app very quickly, and they were turning in some pretty cool things by the end of kindergarten last year. So it's a very user-friendly app, and I know that you as well as your child will enjoy using it at home. When I do send this presentation out, please feel free to click on this picture and you will be able to watch the video on how to use Seesaw at home. What's next? Kindergarten screenings are Monday through Thursday of next week. You should have received an email from me telling you the date and time. This will be about a 30-minute time Zoom with me where we will be going over some kindergarten games for literacy and math. Once again, we do not expect your child to be perfect during these screeners. It's just so we know where to best place your child moving forward with kindergarten. Material pickup is Tuesday, August 25th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please arrive during that time so we can pass out all of your materials that you will need this year for kindergarten at home. If you have any other questions, please send me an email at erindecker@sd54.org. I will definitely respond back to you as soon as I can. Our Blackwell website is on there. And please follow me on Mrs. Abel's Kinders on Instagram. You will see tons of announcements, exciting news, and pictures from our class this year, as well as Blackwell Bobcats, which is our Blackwell Instagram as well. Thank you all so much for watching this presentation. Thank you to all the families that were able to make curriculum night last night. I know this is going to be an amazing year of kindergarten. We're going to have a whole bunch of kindergarten rock stars. I can't wait to get started. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I will see you all soon. Thank you.